Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss how to create swept surface or sweep profile in generative shape design in 3D Experience platform. So basically in sweep you will get explicit profile type, explicit profile, then a linear profile. Second one is your linear profile, swept surface using your circular profile, swept surface using in conical surface. Or so basically in this video we will discuss about creating swept surface using an explicit profile. In this explicit profile you can find three subtypes of profile, or three types of surface. One is with reference surface, second one is with two guide curve, third one is with pulling detection. So remember one thing, whenever you will create any swept surface, that in a explicit profile, those profile must not be T surface or H surface. If you will create those surface in T, then the profile will be intersect with each other, so it won't generate any type of a sweep. Or if it is a edge profile, that also intersect profile, so we cannot generate profile. So let's discuss about the first one, that is your with reference surface. So you can create a swept surface that use a explicit profile by defining a guide curve. You can see the guide curve and reference surface. So before beginning this operation, you should uh, ensure that the 3D shape, in this 3D shape you can see this is the 3D shape, this 3D shape containing sketch and curve. Okay, I have one sketch, one curve. Okay, let's I'm just selecting the sweep, then selecting the explicit profile. The first subtype is with reference surface. Selecting the first profile and guide curve. Automatic this surface mean plane is by default taking. Okay, I'm just selecting this, and you can see whenever I am just creating this sweep, automatic it is taking the sweep start plane and sweep end plane. Okay, sweep start plane and end plane and mean plane. Okay, so in the end plane, the concept is whenever you are creating this sweep, in the end plane one plane will be created, or sweep end plane will created normal to this spline. That plane will cut the surface which is generated. Okay, you can see this plane is cut the surface which is generated during the sweep. Okay, you can see in this end point one plane will be created that will be cut or split the surface. Okay, let's change to this profile guide curve to this. Okay, again the same concept. In this end, a plane will created which is normal to this curve, which will cut this surface. Okay, now just check the with the guide curve. Now in this optional element I am just selecting this spline, and I'm selecting the first one is my guide curve. Okay, so whatever the guide curve, if I will select the first one, this spline as the guide curve, then the plane will created, the end plane will created here, and it will cut the surface. Just see. Okay, now automatic, it is created the plane here, and it will cut the surface like this. Now the guide curve is this, but spline is this. That's why in the end point uh, the plane which is normal to this guide curve will be created and will be cut. Hope you got the concept. Now see the relimiter one. Okay, let, if you want to cut, you want to create some section of this profile. So how to do this one? You can go directly insert, create plane, and the second created plane with this. Okay, I want, now you can see it is cutting the element, but I want this side. Preview. You can see, because spline I have created setting the guide curve, that's why it is taking in the reverse side, but in the default guide curve it is cutting in this limited one and limiters to plane. Hope you got the concept of the first one. Okay, let I hide this, and let's check with the second subtype, that is with two guide curve. Okay, with two guide curve, as you can see in this swept surface definition, it is asking to you a profile, a guide curve, and a second guide curve. Okay, similar concept. The first guide curve, in the first guide curve, it will create a normal plane which is in the normal to that guide curve, and in the end it will created and it will cut the created surface. Okay, so this is my first profile, and let this is my first curve. Okay, if you select this first curve or first guide curve, it will create the swept end plane will created here, and it will cut according to that. Okay, let's create the second default. You can see the plane is created here and it is cutting the surface. Okay, second guide curve. Or else let's interchange this one. This will be my first guide curve and second guide curve. Now this condition, the swept end plane will created here and it will cut the surface like this. Okay, similarly you can use relimiters and relimiters too. Hope you got the concept of this. Now you go to the pulling direction. Pulling direction. As you can see, in pulling direction, it is asking a profile, a guide curve, a directions. Okay, so I'm just selecting the profile. I'm selecting one of the guide curve and the direction. Remember, whenever you will create the direction, it should be perpendicular. So I'm just creating as perpendicular. You can see in the end it is creating a 2 because the angle is 0. Okay, now if I will preview it, it will create the swept surface normal. Okay, if I will increase this angle, let's 20 degree. Okay, now the plane is created 20 degree with the normal. Okay, and you can see angular sector, the first one is your normal angle, means 20 degree. Okay, second angular section, if you go to the second, it will be the negative degree or negative angle. So now it will, the profile will created minus 20 degree. You can see the profile will created minus 20 degree. If you will go to the third one, okay, that is your 180 plus your angle. Okay, 180 plus angle, you can see the profile created will created 180 plus 20 degree. Then the next one, it is your 180 minus 20 degree. The profile will create with the angle 180 minus 20 degree. Again, okay. So this is how the angular sector is defined. Okay, you can define the same thing here itself with respect to the direction. This is the third, this is the fourth. You can see 180 plus 20 degree. Okay, sorry, 180 minus 20 degree. So similarly, if you can apply the uh, spline, so that it will also follow this path. You can go with the relimiter 1 and the relimiters 2 for getting the segment of the surface. Now we'll discuss something, that is here how to change the position. Let I will create a sweep with a profile which is not lies in a proper position. Okay, let I will create this sweep by using these two guide curve. So my profile is this one, and my first guide curve is this, second guide curve is this. Okay, you can see my profile is this one. My first guide curve is this, second guide curve this, preview. Okay, automatically it is creating the surface with respect to these two guide curve. Okay, now I want to position. We can do the delimitation, or you can go with this optional element here. Okay, so spline with respect to this spline length it will created. So you can see now whenever you will create the spline, it will create a plane perpendicular normal to that spline, and it will cut the element. Okay, it will restrict the element. So this is how the spline is defined. Let's clear this one. Now we'll discuss, I want to place these two here itself. Okay, in that time the anchor point position will be very important. Okay, so in general whenever we will create the uh, sweep, the anchor point in general automatically it is the intersection between the profile, intersection, you can see the intersection between the profile and the guide curve one, and the second one is your the intersection between the plane passing through the anchor point one. So here automatically it is creating, let this is my anchor point 1 and this will be the anchor point 2. How it is defined? Whenever you will create, you can see the anchor point 1 is computed, anchor point 2 is computed. So the first anchor point is your profile and this first guide curve intersection. Okay, so automatically it is created. Now I will define this anchor point, this one and this one. So whenever I will define this anchor point, so now this anchor point is this 2 point. Okay, so my guide curve is this one. Okay, my anchor point is this one and guide curve is this one. So as I said, the anchor point 1 should be the profile and guide curve 1 intersection point. Okay, so automatic this anchor point change to this point because here the intersection point will come here, and in second anchor point will defined with respect to the anchor point 1 plane, cutting section plane. So if I will create a plane here and it will cut the second curve, then one point will come, that is your second anchor point. Then preview, you can see automatic, the surface is coming here. You can define this second anchor point here. Okay, now we'll see the position. This position profile, if you want, now you can see the profile position of the profile is normal. Okay, if you want to re reverse this profile extremity reverse, you can see whenever we'll go over the preview, now it is changing the position to reverse. Okay, you can see previously is like this, now it is, this position is reversed. Preview. Okay, now if you will go for this show parameters and vertical representation, now you can see it will be like this. The profile is this and here it is, it will coming like this. Preview. Okay, you can see the position is reversed, the profile position is reversed. You can see the profile, this triangle is offside, but this triangle whenever it is creating, it is downward. Hope you got the concept of sweep in explicit profile and the subtype it is with reference surface with two guide curve with pulling direction. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.